Arsenal's results this season: beat Manchester United, beat Leeds, lost to Liverpool, beat Nottingham Forest, beat Bilbao, drew with City, beat Port Vale, Newcastle, Olympiacos, West Ham, Fulham, Atletico Madrid, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Burnley, Slavia Prague before drawing. So that's 2 draws and an L. Calm the hell down, Arsenal fans. It is November. We might win the league title. We might not. We might end up silverwareless. We might not. I'm pretty sure. I've never been more convinced in my life on YouTube that Arsenal in May of 2026, I was about to say 2024 there, is going to win silverware. And again, I'm not speaking to those who, have elements of concern. Balance people. I just find, and I knew this was going to be the thing because I saw it in pre-season. A lot of people away from Arsenal, they're doing the same. I don't really care about them. Internally, Arteta's a coward. The players are not on nothing. This is dead. No one can stop Liverpool. Newcastle game comes around the corner. Bang. We're the best thing since sliced bread. City are inconsistent. Liverpool in disarray. Arsenal are inevitable. You can't break them down. They don't concede. Blah, 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 blah. That is from Newcastle up until we kicked the ball against Sunderland. And then we drew. Now, in many ways, it's a point gained. It's 2 points dropped. I think it's both because at some point we were 2-1 up in the game. We came back from behind. We're a good defensive side. We're experienced. We're used to seeing out results. We weren't able to do that. But it's a point gain because we were losing. And the same goes for Sunderland. When it's all said and done, yes, on paper, Arsenal should be winning. Yes, going into the international break, I definitely wanted 3 points. Yes, regardless of Sunday. And a 4-point gap can turn to 1 at some point before Spurs play. There's many twists and turns. The table's going to fluctuate. We're going to go through the moments. Anything in life. Think about Football Mirror Society. Anything. Because there's fans that support me. They're young and old. Anything you've achieved in life, whether passing exams, GCSEs, flipping driving license, you might have been unemployed and you eventually found a job. Nothing in this life comes easy, Nothing is a straight A to B tick. So there were going to be bumps and bruises. Take the good about this football club and make it great. The evident areas of improvement has to happen. Me personally, isolated to the Sunderland game. I don't think we defended well enough for the 2 goals. I don't think we had some half chances that we didn't score. Some of it's unlucky. We're hitting the bar in that. I don't think we was terrible in the first half, but I don't think we put our best foot forward. In the second half, we was. And this all applies to Newcastle, to Sunderland. And prior to them playing us, they have a good defensive record. They're picking up points. They've got a good system. They're back in the Premier League and they're buzzing. It was always going to be difficult. We didn't do enough. If you can't win, don't lose. Life could be better because we would have loved all 3 points. Life could be worse where we lose that. We move. After the international break, we've got it all to do, man. But I think people need to calm down. There's too much extreme opinions. And I'm talking about the fans that, I don't care if you're positive, negative, whatever, but if you're balanced and we're doing all right, there's more twists to come. It's a long season. I'm not speaking to you lot because I'm like that. But I find it mad because some fans are emotional without logic. Like, your head's in the fairies. We're winning. We're going to do this, win the Tour de France, win every trophy there is up for offer. 2-2's now a little draw, which does feel like a defeat because of how good we are, but isn't a defeat. Now it's all over. City are going to go on a run. The Sharks are circling. Bro, Liverpool are not out of it. I hope they are. Liverpool, in my opinion, at this moment in time, they're not mathematically out of it. City are obviously in it. Arsenal are in it. I'm not saying we're better or worse than them. We've got stability on our hands and things like that. City are a bit inconsistent, even though they've shown that they can go through a run of games and hunt us down. Liverpool, at this moment in time, hold the Premier League. We're in a three-way fight. Anyone that's not built for this, and the highs, the lows, anyone that don't believe in this team, whether you rate these players or not, you need to fuck off. Because we are going to war this season. We're warring everybody. So if you ain't got the bollocks to handle this, you need to leave. It's as simple as that. You need to leave. Whether we do what we need to do, which is lifting some silverware or nothing. If you're not built for this thing, leave, please. Because I don't understand how you can't be positive about Arsenal. Not deluded positivity where your head's just in the clouds, you're just chatting out your arse. There's more positives at this moment than negatives. Me, I don't think it's as white and black as this, but everything we've been doing, it's 11 Premier League games. Just focus on the 11. It's 11 Premier League games. This is now what you see what teams are about. What was I saying from August up until probably a few weeks ago? When we get to the 10 games period, now I'm going to start to think what's going on. There's an element of we've been finding our feet. We've been trying new solutions. We've had to box cleverly. We've been, players are trying to get fit. We're good defensively. There's a lot good about us. We get our attacking players, like the starters, we get them fit. We allow them to stay fit. Relationships start building on the pitch. Saka, Eze, put your nuts on the table. You start doing what you need to do. Yokeres the same. We're laughing. So, just calm down, Arsenal fans. That's going to fall on deaf ears. Everyone's allowed to do what they want. God gave us all free will. But I think you're going to be in for a long season and you're going to lose your hairline If you're mad excited when we win, mad negative when we lose, of course, there's ramification. 4 points gap is nothing. Would I trade this position for for anything? No, unless it's more points. We got a good cushion, but 4 points means nothing in November. Big up Clive Palmer, big up you lot that were here. I had them on the platform. Obviously, City after the international break, they play after us, right? So on paper, with technically a game in hand, there's a reality where that 3 points gap turns to 1. I'm not interested in the points gap right now. When we get to March, March at the earliest, end of April, last 2 weeks of April, all of May. Now I'm looking at where are we? Got a little gap here. Looking at the table, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. We just need to do our job, because when we were not in this, we just done our job. And suddenly, all the other teams, whatever, Arsenal, the best thing since sliced bread. Handle your business, because the reality is, yeah, had we have got 3 points against Sunderland, ain't nobody doing all of this. Like now, City are the new favourites, and they might be. They've been there, they've done it, they've worn the t-shirt. Football's decided in both ends. Bad boy in Haaland, great goalkeeper in Donnarumma. If their boys play like how they did against Liverpool, granted, Liverpool defensively are out of sorts, and I say that for the whole team. Everything's going down the toilet. They're a problem. They're a problem. I'd go as far as to say Jeremy Doku, in terms of isolated to 90-minute performance and how he played, I haven't seen a winger play like that in a hot minute, and it was kind of refreshing. It is what it is, but everyone needs to calm down. If you don't want to calm down, don't calm down, innit? I don't think this is the platform for you still. And I'm not even saying be calm for calm's sake. It just does not make sense. There's too much football to be played. Everybody's got to still play everyone. Just shut up. Right now, our task is to go from where we are now till end of December, January first week. We're still feeling like this is achievable. From January, you need to get me to April. Still talking about this. April to May, just get over the line. Don't by hook or by crook. Kind of like we ain't been slugfests, but you know, the vast majority of these runs, we've just been handling business, if I'm honest. Fair enough. We beat United. We don't travel well to Old Trafford. I don't want to focus on that game because first game of the season, we got the 3 points, just keep it moving. Big up Leeds. I think that would around that period, it was more creativity issues and things like that. Yes, we scored 5 goals, and when we smelt blood, we went for it, but there was still that. Liverpool, I feel Arteta, the tactics were a bit negative, and yeah, they scored a great free kick, but I feel we was losing control in the game. And if I'm honest with you, Mikel Arteta, this is all a place of love. We have to nitpick. I feel the second half against Liverpool in particular. I feel the first half against City in particular. And I feel the dying embers, the players have to take responsibility as well, but the dying embers of that Sunderland game, I needed more hands-onness. Other than that, I've said it. I've been very impressed with your man management, game management, when to play certain players, when to tweak little things, you know, when to just players are in good moments of form like Trossard and Calafiori, who you could argue weren't the first choices this time last year on the left-hand side. But that's that. Other than that, we've been boxing smart. Still with the result of the season for me personally, it's Newcastle. I think that is a turning point. I was pleasantly impressed. We've dealt with a lot of bogey teams as well. And a lot of these games, we've just handled business. West Ham grabbed the 2 goals, just be competent. Fulham, get the goal, just keep it moving. Burnley, get the 2 goals, keep it moving. Credit to Burnley, because in the second half, they tried to fight us. Crystal Palace, get the goal, resolute defending, keep it moving. Atletico Madrid, you got slaughtered, simple as that. Big up Port Vale, but that's what we should be doing. Large up Nottingham Forest and Athletic Club, but you did what we was doing. Well, complete performance against Forest, smash and grab against Bilbao. We're doing all right. Granted, if you in another reality, if this said like one W, so this X was a green tick, and these 2 draws were there, and there was bare losses, I understand the panic. But you can only comment on what you're seeing from the boys. You can only comment on what's in front of you. And I don't see how you can't be positive surrounding Arsenal. Not deluded positivity. My thing is, there's bumps, there's bruises. We don't know if crunch time, when we're on it, these kind of things. But the pros outweigh the cons. And what is wrong with that? That's just me, man. But it's what it is. It is what it is, man. It's all a learning curve. Damir Selim. Demir, appreciate you for becoming a member, man. I mean, no disrespect by not getting your name right, but I'd have to hear it. Damir Selimovic, Demir Selimovic, appreciate you for becoming a member, my boy. Hey, big up Wilson. That StreamYard's annoying, man, because it's on my end. Like, I have to pop a squint to see you lot's usernames. Like, it's gone smaller. Is there a way I can mess with the font? Let me not touch nothing, because when you start touching things, things go left in it. Some Arsenal fans need to calm the hell down. There's a long way to go this season, bloody hell. Wilson, a week's a long time in football. I think you're right, and I think you're echoing the same point. But a week's a long time in football. We've had 11 Premier League game weeks. You throw in all the other competitions, that probably takes us to about 14, 15. We've got 20 plus games in the Prem and however many in all comps. We're falling on deaf ears, isn't it? Football's an emotional game, and by all means, I'm no different. You lot saw how I was acting against Sunderland in the watch along. I get animated, but it's important when you are emotional to take those emotions, kind of lock them down, and look at stuff. This is a big reason beyond the obvious why I like to watch games twice, because obviously you're emotionally invested. Second time you watch a game, you know the result, you can accept stuff. Going to be a long international break. Yeah, man, what's this? Our second international break we've gone into this season. There's been 3, but like 2 of the 3, what we got a draw. I'm sure we went into one with a loss. It's a long time to sit and feel with that, if I'm honest. It's a gutting loss because it's a game we could have seen out. It's true, but we never lost. 2-1 up 90 minutes in only to walk out with a point because of major mistake by Gab and Raya, but that's football. We go again. There you have it. And them man have saved us plenty of times, really, if I'm completely honest with you. And not a single player, but if I'm honest with you, Trossard, if that, not a single player can say they couldn't have done more. The gaffer as well. Gabriel fucked up. How much times has my man saved us? Raya fucked up. How much times has Donny saved us? You know, and even when you go and look at them goals as well, I've named 2 players. There's other sequences in play. Football's decided at both ends. Obviously, heroic to get ourselves back in the game, screaming from Trossard. And you can't keep all the balls out the back of your net, nor are you going to score 100% of every chance you have in the game. But we did have half chances. Even at the... Do you know what the most gutting thing is about that game, yeah? Was it Calafiori or was it Zubimendi? I feel like it was Calafiori. That after they've made it 2-2, we've had one more chance, and you're thinking, fuck. And that's more of a hindsight thing. I will look at that. Like, God forbid, if we don't bring this Premier League home, naturally, me personally, I'll look back at the first half against City. I'll look back at the second half against Liverpool. I'll look back at 2 points dropped from a winning position, as you said. Go again, man. Go again. But I don't want to take the mundane view, yeah? Going into the Man United game, if somebody offered you this run of results, the number of points it gives you, everybody would have taken it. We missed Gyökeres, bro. We missed the way Arsenal are in now. There's scope for Havertz and Marino and all these guys, but I think we need a proper striker, because like an actual striker, because the centre halves from Sunderland started to venture forward. Naturally, everybody's played football. If you know Marino's going to drop into Arsenal's midfield, you're going to get your line higher in it. Obviously, there's a risk in that, but you get the point. Smash the likes, people, please. On the road to 100K. Love Arsenal, hate the ops. That's the anthem, man. Facts. We missed bare players, bro. Whether we like Donny's or not. Like, if I'm honest with you, where is it gone? That's definitely not it. I think I deleted it, but I had a graphic of like all of the players injured, and there we go. We miss everybody, bro. Against Sunderland, we could have dealt with. We clearly miss Gyökeres. Could have dealt with Kai Havertz. Could have dealt with Kai, because for whatever you say about Kai Havertz, we're at where we're at. Would I have bought Kai Havertz for 65 million, put him on the P's? No. The way the club's going, it's not that you can't be a squad player and your form can't be out this world, but I don't think you're a star. But football's a long way to play. There's stuff he could help us with. You see, when it's become like, it's just like tactics to a degree in the Sunderland game, at a point, it goes out the window. It's just about who wants it more, all of that kind of jazz. That's Kai in his bag. Making fouls, pressing, all of that kind of stuff, whether he's going to play up front or for that second half against Sunderland, going to midfield, in my opinion. Odegaard with the press as well, because that is an aspect of defending. Everybody's required. You know, if we have a scenario where you can alternate or play both of them, but alternate between Odegaard and Eze, keep guys fresh. Madueke, we miss you. Jesus, we ain't seen you this season, but we need you. Martinelli, it goes without saying. We need our players back. And my attacking players, to the ones that come back when you're ready and the ones that are there, I need you lot to go through really good patches of form. I need you not put the team on your back, because everyone's got to do their jobs. But I need you to put the team on their back. Like, who would you really say are standouts in these 11 games so far? Everyone's done well. No one's been dead. Don't get it twisted. But who would you say are the players that have been standout? Collectively, we've done well. Timber has been a standout. Calafiori has been a standout. You don't know my opinions on Saliba and Gabriel. I think there's gears to go up. But for what I believe they've got in them, I wouldn't say they're standouts. But you could throw them into the mix, standouts. Last 3-4 games, Declan Rice has really come into his game, standout. Trossard, standout. Martinelli was in good form prior to the injury, but Trossard, standout. I need to be saying that about Eze, about Saka, about Kai, about Marino, about Odegaard, all of them. All of them. We need everybody. All of these players that we have, you're all tools in the toolbox. And we did fantastic in the summer with the depth. But even with that, bodies are dropping like flies. And as talented as Max Dowman is and Anus, and we love all of these guys, bro, they're not going to get thrown in Sunderland away. It'd be a good test and a good learning curve for them. And if they come on the pitch and hold their own, great. You get where I'm going, man. I just don't think we were prepped for Sunderland game. You could see by the team shaky performance how chaotic and shaky we were. I disagree. I think we were prepared. I just think it is what it is. I think there was an element of fatigue. I think we need the luxury of having some substitutes. I think Arteta could have been more proactive with some of the subs. I think the players, like, obviously, like, you've messed up for the 2 goals you've conceded. Pat yourselves on the back for the 2 you have. Second half was superb, and it is one of those things. But you have to think, if we played like we did in the first half, it's like we did in the second half. Apologies, in the first half, what's going to be done? 2 points dropped. Arteta bottled it. Fair enough. Going to be a long break. Tell them again. I have to release that one up again. City is FC Haaland right now. I mean, if people said Salah was a one-man band for Liverpool last year, I don't think if I supported Liverpool, I'd give a flying F, man. I know people want Slot gone, but 2024, 25, almost forgot the years. Winners, their name's etched. And I'm not on not winning silverware this year. I can't lie, man. I won't be able to look the players in the face and the gaffer. Now, City are clicking. That Liverpool game showed it. No longer Haaland. Bro, they did well. They did bloody superb. But I still think it's too early. I think they're up there. I think they're going to go on a run. I think City are here. I'm starting to tip City above Liverpool. But I need to see that for a run of games, because if they go and move shaky against Newcastle, what happens? What if they lose away at Newcastle after the break? We also, God forbid, I'm not even going to say the name, but we lose. Where are we at with that? So it's still early, but we should expect that. We should expect to see, and I know internally they're going to think like this, but we should expect City to be firing on all cylinders. We should expect Liverpool to click sooner rather than later. We should be demanding we click. Nothing is easy in this life, and football's no different. November is our real test. Where we are by the end of November, we'll show where we're heading. But we got some difficult games. Tab Police. Well, the first 6 games: Spurs at home, Bayern at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Villa away, Club Brugge. As much as I wouldn't say scared, but these are teams that can harm you, bro. We can harm them as well, and not to be arrogant or cocky or anything of that. Equally, if we're shook, they should not even we're shook, but they should think, bloody hell, we got Arsenal. Pardon me, and I'm not happy to draw, and I'm not trying to find positives where they're not, but I think more so for the fans than the players necessarily, and obviously the ramifications with getting 3 points. It's a sober reminder that life don't just go like that, because it hasn't been this season. No one was happy in preseason. No one was really happy up until the Newcastle game, I feel. From Newcastle until Sunderland, we're just winning. We're keeping clean sheets. Sometimes we're scoring 3-4, but we're winning. So changes, everything's just it is what it is. We're just on this 3 points business. You needed this, man, because obviously the game kind of went left against Sunderland. And for all the talking points we've said in this first 18 minutes. So I think for the fans, not necessarily the club, because the players and the gaffer know this, but for the fans, it was a reminder that you're not just going to do this. I'm me, you lot in the chat, whether you support Arsenal or not, of course. I would love for David Raya to have no shot. I would love for David Raya to win clean sheets with having to do nothing. I'd love to, never concede a goal, win and get 3 points all the time, score 3, 4, 5 goals a season. I mean, a game. That's just not how the cookie crumbles. But you don't know this. Haaland has scored like every game this season, bro. We know what Haaland's done, innit? He was looking at Heinz off for answers and panicking. Can't wait to see who starts against Spurs. I hear you, but like obviously I'm jumping the gun. God forbid, wrap our players in cotton wool, all those kind of things. But as mere football fans, as much as we can kind of guess the lineup and jump the gun 2 weeks or so before it, Raya, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Timber, Calafiori, Rice, Zubamendi. Obviously, if Odegaard's back, that there could be something. I don't know how fit he is, but I would bet at this moment in time, Eze, Saka, Trossard ain't put a foot wrong. Am I wrong for thinking like, so who's actually injured? Like, let's go back to this. It feels, am I wrong? Like, I feel like there's more players than these 6, Like, I feel like there's more players missing. Bearing in mind, there's probably players of not just Arsenal, but all clubs carrying little knocks and niggles, and such is life. When these men come back, there's going to be other injuries. Such is life. International break. It is very scary, especially because Rice looked cracked towards the end of the game. Tuchel don't give a crap about that. He's playing. Of these names, though, they've all got different injuries, different timescales. And to be fair, Gabriel Jesus is joining in training, but for the noise around the North London derby in November, the the noise of the media, it seems like the Maduekes, the Odegaards, the Gyökereses, the Martinellis, the Kai Havertzes, they're the ones that are going to be back in some capacity. And that's probably where we are as fans. But obviously, if Jesus is back, great, innit? We got all them players. But let's respectfully disregard Jesus for a sec and just talk about these five, innit? So Odegaard, Havertz, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Madueke. Boom, they're all back. They're all back for the game. Just because they're, bearing in mind, just because they're back and they've been signed off, this one might have 20 minutes in him. This one might be able to play the whole game and start. Sometimes you have seen, obviously, people be in the match they scored for a couple of games and not necessarily play. Hincapié and Ben White come to mind, type of thing. All of these names, excluding Jesus, if everybody's fit going into the Spurs game, who are you starting and who do you think starts? Because I don't think Kai starts. I wouldn't be against it, but I don't think Kai starts. I think there might be a chance of Odegaard, but if I was a betting man, are you going to change things? Because are you going to necessarily drop Eze? You could just keep Trossard and go with Eze. I mean, go with Odegaard, or you could have Odegaard on the bench. I can't see us against Spurs going with Eze, Odegaard, and Rice or Zubimendi. I can't see Kai starting, as I said. I can't see Martinelli starting. I can't see Noni, and we need these guys, but I can't see Noni starting. I can see Odegaard starting a lot more. Like Odegaard would be the second one I could see starting. Gyökeres. Like that's the one I'm most bullish about. Like if I was a betting man, Gyökeres is going to start against Spurs. Then I'd put my eggs in the Odegaard basket. I don't know though, because they've got different injuries, different timescales, bodies react differently. These players sometimes need saving from themselves because no one can tell me these players don't care. They seem to always be back ahead of schedule. And Gabriel Jesus spoke about it. It's like you kind of got to stop yourself type of thing because obviously they want to play. They might know in the back of their mind, I'm 99.9% fit. When the gaffer's asking me, I'm passing the fitness test, but I'm 99.9% fit. I'm not 100. I know in my mind there's a little conscience saying, oh, you know what, it's a bit mad. Sometimes you can do more harm than good. And the international break, the North London derby, I'm anticipating a shit game of football with us winning because I just think there's a lot of minutes in the legs. I can't really speak for Spurs, but like both teams got players that play for their countries. There is going to be that level of element. But yeah, I can't wait, man. Not deluded positivity. That's exactly it. Big up DG. I'm all for being negative or positive, or being negative with a hint of positive, or vice versa. With what I believe I can see, I'm not just on being negative for no reason or being positive for no reason. I think that's a dickhead thing, pardon my language. But each to their own. Everyone's allowed their own thoughts. Man, everyone's got their own agendas, innit? Mine's just seeing my football club win. Razzle, I have no clue why your comments not... Well, yeah, finally, bit of a delay on StreamYards then. Zubimendi should have came off for Norgard. He was struggling on set pieces at the end. I'll be real. Hincapié, Miles Lewis-Skelly, you brought on Mascara, so I wanted that. But Miles Lewis-Skelly, Hincapié, Norgard, I think there was scope to do that, and I think we could have made changes a lot sooner, but it's neither here nor there. It's all a learning curve. Nathan, big up yourself. As the man says, smash the like button. Look, I'll take the point instead of losing, but it's understandable that plenty of fans are vexed because we got caught sleeping. You can be vexed. I'm not. You don't think the players are vexed? Arteta's not vexed. We're vexed. We're one of the best sides in Europe and definitely in this league defensively. We know what 3 points means. We know. We always sit here and say every game is a cup final. It's difficult. It's all that kind of jazz. So we all know when you get 3 points, you got your two hands on 3 points. You better fucking bring home the bacon. But with that, and I'm not talking about that because some of the comments you said, yeah, you're of the same thinking that I'm frustrated. It is what it is. I'm talking about the blind, I don't even know. I barely passed my the 360, like just illogical. Everyone's crap, everything this, it's all done. I'm not on that. You can be cheesed off. Just don't do too much. Like it says here, it's okay to be upset, but we're still in a good spot. Sunderland are genuinely a very good side. We got caught flat-footed in the first half. Don't let me see that again, because if I'm being really harsh, I don't think I'm of the belief of you need to set the tone in every game you play. I don't think you can afford to have first halves like that. Teta needs to sub more proactively. This is how you bottle a league. I agree. Be a bit proactive. To be fair to him, though, that is something I've held against him. I feel, as I said, up until the Newcastle game, I was on that. From Newcastle till Sunderland, I think you've done a bloody good job with that. With the Sunderland game, I mean, I've made the point in it. So, again, this is the different things we need to see. Bless up DG Prem this season, or we need a new manager. Let's just hope we win the league, man. It sounds crazy, but I'm excited to see Madueke back on the pitch. Bro, same. I want all my players back, bro. Like, we need everybody. Like, we played all heap of games already, injuries and talking points already. And I don't know the maths. Are we a quarter of the way into the season? Because November and January, full stop, there's bare games. And obviously, by God's grace, we go through to the semi-finals of the League Cup. You know, FA Cup. We win that game when it comes around and we're in it again. It's more games, more legs, and injuries, suspensions, loss of form, change in team dynamics. These are all factors that are not exclusive to Arsenal Football Club, but are relevant and prevalent to if you want to win trophies. Chair, take over, because that was wavy from me. Man said prevalent, you know. Crazy words. I'm good at this YouTube figure, you know. Talk to them, Chair. Don't forget to smash the likes. Hey, Chair, introduce. There you go, man. Big up everybody tuned in. Oh, let's put the charger in, mate. There we go. Let's filter that through, because we don't want this to die, man. But yeah, keep your conversations going. Ash, one love, more Arsenal. Come on. Arsenal fans are weird. 10 wins in a row and people are still crashing out after a draw. Dark. You think Spurs and Chelsea are must win? Can't drop any points just from a psychological point, because then City will get momentum and pressure builds. Every game in the top against them is a must win. Every game when you want to win a league is a must win. Obviously, there's a reality. God forbid you don't get the results you want in those 2 games and you can still do what you want to do. For me, I do want to win, because football, it's like working it. Football is weird. I'm not saying we never earned the right to win any of these games. You're like, no, I'm not like that. But when you're doing the right things and everything's positive, you go through positive moments of form. People are scoring goals they won't score. Like, you're getting the rub of the green. Equally, when everything's going good, it can go great. When everything's going shit, it can go shit. Like Liverpool, obviously they won 1-2 games, but it's been dead. I don't want to get into that negative thing. And I would say for me, I don't know if it's their last season or whatnot, but for me, it feels like I felt like this for the last 3 years, 4 including now. We don't actually lose that many games, or I know last season was an anomaly, 14 draws, right? 14 draws. But even now, like, we drew 14 times last season. That is mad, you know. Almost lost my trail of thought. But what you don't want to have is you don't get like, bearing in mind we drew against Sunderland. You don't want it to go left against Spurs and Chelsea. Bearing in mind you got Bayern, and likewise simultaneously City going to run. You don't want the players in Arsenal. But even if that did happen, you still have to focus on yourselves. But you don't want to, oh my God, what's going on type of thing. So yeah, I'm sure there was a game. There was a game we went into, and we knew like Liverpool and their man played after us, and we knew we need to win. So we shown we can handle it, but we need to pattern up, man. But you're right, man. Momentum and pressure. We need to keep the pressure on ourselves. We need to keep the momentum on ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves, but we also need to hold ourselves accountable. Let's just go again. Let's just chase the illusion of perfection and just chase greatness. And you might fall where we need us to fall, man. We've got like 5 forwards back. We'll actually get better. I hope so, man. My only worry is it's just that thing in football. Couple man come back, people get injured. So yeah, we have to dominate Spurs to set the tone. Chelsea, Villa, club won't be easy games. Just need to win, bro. Because I've seen us win when we've not dominated anything. I've seen us win when we've dominated. Just get the 3 points first, man. But I hear you, of course. You want to go out there, North London. Do you even get brownie points for beating up Spurs again? But beat up Spurs. I demand a better performance at Stamford Bridge away from Chelsea, because the last 2 years, let's have it right, it's been a shit show. The last time I've been happy with how we performed across 90 minutes was I'm sure it might have been. Yeah, Aubameyang might have been at Chelsea, and Gabriel scored. Zinni and Jesus' first season. Madueke be the first back. To be fair, you're right. There was some, we'll get into it, but there was some little isms and schisms that he could have played against Sunderland. You're right still. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right, I'll hang my hat on Gyökeres, Madueke, and Odegaard. And then I think Martinelli. And then I think Kai. But Kai's a bookie one. You know, Kai's just, in a good way, he's probably one of, like Jesus, they're probably the most into and all of them. But these two are probably the players that are pissing off Arteta and the physio team the most. Like, they're pushing and like, we want to be back. You just never know. Will be interesting to see who we actually feature rather than just being available. Facts. Jesus won't be ready. What's up with the way the stream is displaying on the screen? Anyone in the chat? No, StreamYard gave some option of doing it landscape and horizontally. What on if you're on a laptop, is it not normal? Because I'll get rid of that setting for the next stream, man. Gyökeres starts. Odegaard starts. DG, what will you say to Arsenal fans who have Man City PTSD trailing us? Something that is different this time, which is not the case the last 2 years. There's nothing I can tell them, bro. There's nothing I can tell them. There's nothing. We've brought in new depth. We've obviously been a good team, and it feels like something is different with the mentality and everything. We've only suffered one loss. Yes, some idiot draws and things the manager and whatnot could have done better. We know what City the problem is. We know away from City and Liverpool, for me, I feel our biggest enemy is ourselves. I said that last year, I said it the year before, and I hope I don't say it this year. There's nothing. All I can say is, well, then what's it? What are we doing then? Because we keep saying we cried that we had a good team, which we do. We added to it. There's no dramas around contracts. We know how difficult this is. We're going to war. So do we want to? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. Are we really gonna go for it? If we don't do it, we don't do it. Or we like, what are we doing it? That's all I can say. If they want to do the little pussy, I told you so, do that. We'll have that conversation in May. Right now, we're in war. Don't give a fuck about Sunderland no more. Respectfully, we drop points. Why did we drop points? Go and fix that. Everyone go do their homework. Come back and let's go on a run again. Because I was in not the Sunderland game, of course. And I hope I might look like an idiot. But you look at the games after the international break, right? And you look at, what would you not say? Whenever the bogey run team kind of started, in it, like I was more scared of this because West Ham, Fulham, West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace. I know it's the League Cup, but Brighton, these kind of teams, these are the teams that, let's have it right. They've shot us in our foot. We dealt with that. I was more scared of this. I'm not really shook of us in big games. They're gonna have to get on with it. So then, what do you want to do? City are big bad bullies, even though they've been rubby in the last year or so. They're still big bad bullies. Liverpool's a massive club. If you want to be here, this is what happens. When you're at the top of the Premier League, which I don't look at the league table, but we allegedly are there, the only way is down. Pressure's a privilege. It makes diamonds or it bursts pipes. So do you want to do this thing or not? If you want to be a pussy or stay at home, it's okay, you know. Stay at home. Don't jump off that porch. Don't leave your house. That's all I can say. I ain't here to tell them nothing. I understand it. It's not that it's not prevalent. Of course, I believe and I think, City could go on a run here. But I also think there's a level of inconsistency there. I think we've got strengths and weaknesses. I think City the same. Liverpool at the moment are in disarray, but them. Liverpool, big club. City, big club. Great teams, great gaffers, all that kind of stuff. But we got that as well. So let's go for it. If we just focus on ourselves and maneuver, who knows? There's no point worrying. What does worrying do in life? It's not that you can't worry. I've been in mad situations where mad financial situations, life situations where, yeah, there's every reason to panic. But you have no choice but to remain calm. What does panicking do? If we're driving, if I'm a plane driver right now, plane driver, pilot, and I'm on the plane right now, terrible example. But if I'm driving the plane, it's looking mad. The alarms are going off. It's like we're going to crash. Everybody on the plane. Oh, my God. Girls are screaming. Things are going, babies are crying. Things are going on. If I'm the pilot, it's not that I'm not shook, you know. It's not that I'm not scared. But you see, if I start moving shook, we're collapsed. That's what we need to be on. DG, the worrying signs, what you saw in pre-season, are they eradicated now? I wouldn't say I had worrying signs. It's more I wanted to see certain things. I don't think everything's eradicated because I still don't think we're as good as we can be in an attacking sense. Yeah, I'd say that's the main one I'm at now, if I'm honest with you. Teta has to step it up. Lost times 2 points, but that's how you bottle the league. Must do better. To be fair, everyone's gonna drop points, though, my guy. What's wrong with the screen? If you're watching it, do you know what? I think it's a thing where if you're watching it on your phone, it's looking mad. Let me try to change it. Landscape and portrait. You can now stream in both formats on YouTube. This will create 2 separate posts and count them as 2 separate destinations. So maybe it's not letting me change it, but if you go on my channel, it might show 2 live streams at this moment in time. Obviously, click the opposite one. They done me dirty, man. Don't worry. Next stream, that will be eradicated. Apologies for the inconvenience, man. Who will get dropped from the squad? Not a clue, man, but naturally, I'm not saying I want it. And maybe not so much Miles Lewis-Skelly, but naturally, it's probably easier to leave the kids out, innit? The Max Dalmans, the Wanyeris here and there, the Miles Lewis-Skellys here and there. Maybe not so much Miles Lewis-Skelly, but them kind of guys, if I'm honest with you. God knows, though, man. I don't care who starts. I'm just happy to have them back. Trust, because we need fresh legs and good rotation for the trophy. Facts. For me, DG, I want the Martin Odegaard, Gyökeres chemistry to take us to the next 8-10 games in the PL. That's the chemistry for our season. I hear it. I get the vibe people want to protect their ego over back in the club. There can be no egos. Everyone, in fact, it's a double-edged sword. Every good player has an ego. Players need egos. You need it. Just don't come before the collective. And when you're going in training or for fans and whatever you're doing, leave that shit at the door. Leave that at the door. You can have your ego. You can do what you want. Nothing comes before this. Nothing comes before this. And if you're not on that, fuck off. It's funny how the Gyökeres haters are crying for his return. Gyökeres to go to F off. Trust. All these nerds are now, oh, you're cool. Oh my God, he wears jeans. You see why you need players? And even me, I think we get into this trap of it's always the players that are not involved that we miss, which there's several. I just done it like, bro, if we had Kai against Sunderland or this one and that one, which is true, but sometimes you can only deal with the players that are available. You look in the last 3 years, maybe even 4, including this, some of the best results on paper, best performances, they haven't necessarily been achieved with our best team on paper. And if I isolate the Sunderland game, I'm sure the Sunderland gaffer would say it as well. I don't care who's not involved. Yes, that's a relevancy. But do I think we could have won that game, defended better, maybe scored a bit better, and all the things that, if we could go back in time type of thing, with what we had available on the night, do I think we could have done better? Hell yes. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I honestly feel. I think players just got gassed is all. I would have taken Rice off at 80, Magalhaes too. They looked proper tired and we needed the legs. To be fair, it's risky though, man, but they did look a bit spent. I'm glad we're rattled by this draw. It shows we're upholding ourselves, our standards for ourselves. I hear it. But yeah, there's standards, but some men are just making noise. There's standards, but people are just making noise. Just because you shout, I always say this to my brethren, just because you shout, it don't mean you're going to be heard, bro. Like, just because men are vocal or people are vocal, what are you vocal about? When you actually break it down, what are you saying? And I feel when it comes to content creators and YouTube, there's too much ass kissing and breading, if I'm honest. Because someone could be chatting shit, they're shouting mad loud. You got other people, just because they somebody, you think they're talking sense. They're not. You look like, the thing is with people in life, yeah, you lot think people can style up on you, and you think because people got money and subscribers and status and this and that, or whatever on the TV, that they're better than you. They think just like you. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. Maybe you're right, maybe they're wrong. But don't you dare ever think men are better than you. We all breathe the same air. We're all going down in the dirt when we die, Yeah, that's it. I knew we would draw plenty last season. This season, those draws are becoming W's. Not all of them, but enough of them. DG went Super Saiyan without the shirt when we went 2-1 up. Football, innit? Because I can't lie, yeah. I know football. We all know football can go left and anything can happen, and you can't call a man duffing until he's dead. And I should know better. Like, I should know better. But I genuinely thought, all right, 2-1. I thought it was done. Which is maybe my bad. I thought it was done. Just because, not because I'm being ignorant or anything. I just thought, you know what? I've seen us here before. We know how to just shut up shop. The boys at halftime, clearly, the team that's out in the second half that weren't that in the first. Trossard scored a screamer as well. It makes no sense. But for the fact that he scored a screamer, I'm thinking, yeah, we're here now. I'm starting to think internationally, wait, we're calling. I didn't let it be known. But when Trossard's goal went in, I did think, right, yeah, Liverpool City is going to be interesting. God said, humble yourself, brother. DG, how many points do you realistically think we can get in the next couple of games? Hey, man, I'm just a football fan like you. I don't know, man. Allow me, man. Well, we can use this as a sample size. Obviously, exclude Bayern Munich because we're focusing on Premier League. But you can't predict nothing less than a W against Spurs. Fuck them. Spurs, Chelsea are banana skin, man, because we love to do nonsense at Stamford Bridge. That could easily be a draw, but I'm going to say 2 Ws. 3, 6, 9, 10 points. I do think there's another draw, another sneaky draw in there, if I'm honest with you. And the games are coming thick and fast. There's bare legs. We need our players back, man. City's running is solid now. They do play Sunderland twice in a month. They're bopping Sunderland. Palace in between. If they beat Newcastle next game, they'll keep up. It's not a matter of beating Spurs for me. It's doing it dominantly for me. I hear that, but I'm just on this. I hear you. You're not wrong, but 3 points, Carl. Me, I want to look back like in these 6 games. WWWW. Like, I'm kind of just thinking about the bigger picture. I'm with you. You want domination and that, but I've never quite subscribed to this whole statement shit that people say. Obviously, if you blitz a team 5-7-0 and you want to make a statement, you want to do well, you want to puff out chest. I've never signed up to that bullshit because this season, yeah, we've pumped some teams and whatnot, but I ain't seen no one say we've made it. I'm not talking about Arsenal fans. None of them are saying we're making a statement. It's just we've put a very good run together, winning, and you've got your plaudits for that, innit? So, yeah. Look, the City PTSD will remain until we win the trophy. The cure is winning the Prem with them chasing us. Facts. Newcastle will smash City 3-0, even 4-0. I hope you're right, but let's be real. Like, big up Newcastle. It's a difficult ground and a big team and all that, but it's not. Newcastle kind of crap. Liverpool contacted PGMOL over the disallowed goal in the Man City defeat. Hey, for me personally, I hear it. My man's offside. I don't think when Van Dijk's headed, I can't even remember for the life of me who was offside. But I don't think you're interfering with the goalie. But it is what it is. But that's what's going to happen in the media. You're going to focus on that rather than the performance. Arsenal will smash Chelsea 6-0, even 10-0. Arsenal will smash Bayern 5-0, or even 6, or even 10. Arsenal will smash Spurs 6, or even 10. Come on, I hope you're right, but tranquillo, man. I get the vibe the fan base doesn't have the stomach for a real title challenging scene. They don't believe that. And I'm not talking, how Arsenal fans online, like, you don't believe. I'm not talking about blind optimism. Like, from what you see, we're in with a fight. I'm not saying we're going to mash up everyone, but if you don't believe that, you need to go. You need to leave, bro. Plane driver, yeah, that was crazy works from me. Man said plane driver. Probably laptop, PC, fine for me. Yeah, got back the normal screen clicking and out of the live. If you're crying on match 11, stop supporting the club. We don't need your kind. Now, I can't lie. We're not going to gaslight people into not supporting. You can support the team and do what you want. Just don't bring that nonsense here in it, please. Like, I don't need to hear it. Everyone's allowed their thoughts. I'm not on this pussy old thing. I can't lie to you. I genuinely believe we're winning silverware. I genuinely believe we've got a big chance in the Premier League. Neither more nor less than the other two are fighting. And I want to fucking go for it, bro. If we don't win it, we don't win it. But just make sure in May I can look back and say, you know what? Back to the drawing board. We gave it everything. Is what it is. Right now is not the time for crying. And you can cry. You can, in fact, no, let's flip it. If you want to cry on the 10th of November, you can cry on ball out and do that. What changes? Because regardless, you still got a whole heap of football to play. Now, I don't tell you what to think. Just think. Just absolutely think. Just think. Hey, John, man, big up the Twitch gang. If you're hating on Gyökeres, you don't know ball, you just watch football for goals. Aesthetic merchants, man. Aesthetic merchants. DG speaks facts. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself, Jordan. Long time. People need to understand if they can't correlate. Man. 4 clean sheets, 1 draw, 2 unwin versus. But I want to beat Bayern, man. I want to beat Bayern. No, I get the PTSD because even like everything, the more we're moving wavy and winning, and even when we're not winning, we're winning because we got a point. The more it goes, like also, I get it. Like you're believing a bit more, but you're thinking, right, like if that inevitable crashing comes, it's gonna be one you can't handle. I get it. A part of me, I'm still led by that. Like I'm not an idiot. Like we all know the L's we've taken and what we've tried to do and when we've capitulated. But for me, that's not relevant right now. If anything, that should drive us more because you don't want to end up like that. And for the players and Mikel Arteta, when it's all said and done, exclude this year, in the last 3 years, whatever I say about this season and that season and this and that, there has to have been some point towards the crunch end of the season, at some point when it's become evidently clear you're not winning the Premier League and all these competitions, you lot have had to sit in silence in that change room. You lot have had to come into training when the mood's downbeat. You lot have had to sit with yourselves and look your conscience in the eye. Could we have done better? Did we do enough? All that kind of stuff. Use that as motivation because we should be hungrier than Liverpool and City. We've got more stability than them. We've never did it. I don't care what these players have won if you ain't done it at my football club. Say what the hell you want about Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. They've done it several times. Say what you want about Slot. They did it last season, and some of those players were there with Klopp. We ain't ever did it. There's nothing in history there. So that we should be hungrier than them. They man are used to eating. We've gone many a time, bellies empty. Get it over the line. We should want it more than them. Absolutely more than them. I have a weird feeling we lose to Chelsea. I think we can't keep up with their pace and we play such a high line. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Exactly, DJ. We're winning the league this season, in my opinion. I ain't going to lie. I think we can fight. I'll only believe we're winning the league, admittedly, when I see us lift it in it. Because I don't know, man. But it's time to fight, man. It's time to rise up, man. Which player surprised you the most this season? At Arsenal. Well, to be fair, in general, Granit Xhaka, to be fair, based on Sunderland, what they're doing, but at Arsenal, I'm being a bit disingenuous, but you could say Calafiori, just for staying fit, Like, I was backing Noni, like I was defending him. I was saying I didn't want him, but you lot are doing too much. And I said he was better than people are giving him credit. But I think even for me, with those taxes, I see the method to the madness, Arteta. Don't do that again now. We need more major players. But like surprise, Trossard then. That's Trossard's spot to lose. He's our best performing attacker at the moment. Like for me, the guys that are playing a level above their teammates, not that it matters because we're all in this together, like High School Musical. I think Trossard's playing out of his skin. And you watch my watch along, I kept saying that. I think Trossard's playing out of his skin. I think Rice is playing out of his skin. I think Magalhaes, in many ways, there's things you could do better, but I think I wouldn't say you're playing out your skin, but you're a level above. I think Saliba's quietly going about his business, but there's more to come from you. Timber, you're playing out your skin. Calafiori, you're doing well. I think Zubi's good, but yeah, surprise, Trossard. I wouldn't say Max Dowman, but Max Dowman then, because as much as you believe in the temperament and all of this, they've still got to go out there and do it. And like, if I didn't know you was 15 and whatnot, I would have thought you've been here forever. And I'm not even talking about like the highlights. It's just the way he goes about his business. If I'm completely honest with you, it's difficult though. It's a good question. Good question. Don't mind the thin-skinned fans. The same ones crying are the same to put on their shade puff chest too early. Well, everyone can say what they want, man. I don't care about PTSD. Even if we win nothing this season, I'm forever Arsenal. I'm just hoping and pressing that. I think we've been praying that this year and any year that we can win. I can only be and it's not an arrogant, confident. It's not even like I don't necessarily think we're like we can 100% say we're going to win the league. It's just you lot have given me enough to be positive about and believe we can fight for this. Like we can fight for this. I look around, I see players that want it. I see a manager that wants it. I see even with these injuries that we've been dealing with since the start of the season, we're handling business. We're crying about we've cried about a lot, but like people are crying about Sunderland, rightly or wrongly. Liverpool away, rightly or wrongly. City at home, rightly or wrongly. And then there's been a couple games where we've won. There's an element of smash and grab. Maybe we could have done a bit better. Bilbao away comes to mind. We're just dealing with it. Madueke was indeed a clever signing. Same with Kepa. I wouldn't say clever, but it's all right, man. We're at where we're at now, isn't it? All I want for Madueke is some goals, man. I actually like your playing style, man. I like the way. I don't know, man. Like it just feels as much as I know football is systemic and it's structured. It's like when I watch Madueke play, it's less robotic in comparison to some of our players, and it feels like you're expressing yourself. I feel we're a good team. I just think and we have expressed ourselves. I think there's more expression to come because as much as football's complicated, it's meant to be a dance. It's meant to be a fine art. Like I'm not saying they don't enjoy it, but or there's no reason not to enjoy it. But I want to see smiles on your face, enjoy and neat little flicks and that. And we've shown it in little patches. Newcastle, like for me, I keep saying Newcastle. Newcastle's the happiest I've been in any game so far this season. I know we've beaten Atletico Madrid. We've scored a whole heap of goals and whatnot, but Newcastle away for me, first half in particular. Obviously, the second half fight back, we done the job and whatnot. But yeah, Newcastle for me was that you lot are not on foolishness this year, innit? Calafiori being fit in how many games now? I'm surprised, to be honest. True, and long may it continue. DG, this is going to be an amazing season for club and the fan base. I hear so, man. DG, let me hear you sing the High School Musical. We're all in this together. I know you know how to tune. Your guy am mad. You're going absolute mad. I love you lot eyes singing for you lot's entertainment, bro. I can't pretend to not have eyes just to see what other people are seeing, but ultimately I'll open my eyes and see it for myself. What's wrong with that? It's a whole different movie, but people want to tell me it's the same movie. I'm sorry, I have eyes. Listen, boy, if that's what they think, let them think it. Talking me. So yeah, man. Should we see what this is? Mikel Arteta plots Arsenal reset as injuries clear up before Tottenham showdown. International break comes at a good time for Arsenal after Sunderland setback. Pardon me. We've gone over that. We can control. Well, we can read it again if you want. They failed to deal with two lofted balls into the box, and Sunderland scored with their only two shots on target. Now that's what we should be vexed with, if I'm on this, like, because we're a good defensive side, right? Wow, 2 shots on target. And this is why the margins in it. You get big up to Sunderland. They're killers for that. 2 chances, 2 goals. Boy, big up Sunderland. Best of luck for the season. Meet you lot at the Emirates. Shout out to Ballard as well. We can defend the action better, and today we haven't done it. We conceded the goal. We know what we have to do better. And even though we're conceding goals, there are things that we have to improve on the ball. I always mention that. That's it. Learn from it. Learn from the past and get back. Okay, but I want to know about the injuries. Arteta when asked, I don't know what depth we're talking about now because we're missing a lot of players. We've heard this before. We know it was an exaggerating. Mr. Man who wrote this article, you made me believe players are coming back. He's not exaggerating. For the win over Prague, Arsenal were without 8 first-team players. That number dropped to 6 for the draw at Sunderland, but their absence was especially felt because they were all attacking options. Arteta's bench at the Stadium of Light offered 3 forward alternatives in Andre Harriman and News, Ethan Wanyeri and Max Dowman with a combined average age of just over 16. Credit to them for being on Arsenal's bench, but raises in question what's going on. I mean, you never want anyone to get injured anywhere, but it's like, it's clustered, in it? Like, it might have been more easier to navigate if, you know, you had 2 strikers out, 2 centre mids. Oh, God forbid, do we even have centre mids like that? But you get the point. It's just all our attackers. The total cost of Arsenal's injured attackers, what relevance does this have? But anyways, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, Noni Madueke, and Victor Gyökeres is close to 250 million. Even the deepest squad would feel that strain. And their money's irrelevant, bro. Like, their money's irrelevant. Obviously, we're accustomed to dealing without Jesus. But I think many people would say, can do with you in the squad. Martinelli could do with you in the squad. Kai Havertz can do with you in the squad, / potentially, in some people's eyes, a rotationary option for Gyökeres. Martin Odegaard's our captain. Madueke, we ain't got many wingers, so we're going to need you. And Gyökeres is our forward, innit? So, yeah, it's not a money thing. They're all vital members of the squad. And the language that's come out is everybody's time will come, to a degree. I don't care about the game, bro. Like, just tell me when people are back. Okay, this looks like this looks like the bulk of it at the end, people. The good news for Arsenal is that their injury situation appears to be easing. Madueke was close to making the squad at Sunderland, but was not risked as he recovers from a knee injury sustained in September. Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, Martinelli, and Martin Odegaard are all pushing to be fit for the North London derby on November the 23rd. Their involvement will depend on how they progress in the coming days. We need you lot. Jesus will be the last to return. So based on what we've seen there, Madueke is going to be first. Or Madueke is the closest, or if you had to put money because he just missed out on Sunderland. We ain't heard that with any of the others. Okay. Gabriel Jesus will be the last to return, hopefully before the end of the year, having only just resumed full training following knee surgery in Jan. Okay, so positive. Let's hope after the international break they're about, innit? Man City target shock Arsenal raid for frustrated star because he's a very good fit. Ben White should be frustrated. Every player that doesn't play should be frustrated. So that's not nothing wrong. You think Ben White isn't sitting there saying, rah, the collective comes first. Timber's been amazing. I have had some injuries and it's stopped my fluidity, but I want to play. He might leave. But this is too easy to be making up now. You can't cry about Arsenal having depth. We have depth. The Calafiori's and the Timbers not putting a foot wrong, and then start making up, oh, Mars Lewis Skelly has to leave, Ben White has to leave. City would be a good move for what it is, people, but yeah, apparently they're planning a raid. Bro, if you ain't got more than the 50 million we paid for this guy, City, I don't want to hear nothing. City, you have a couple of under 17s, I'd have. You got any Cole Palmers and Alvarez? Maybe something can happen. According to transfer journalist Graham Bailey, White, who has had fitness issues over the past several months, is frustrated with his situation at Arsenal, with Timber now the number 1 right back. But Timber's taking a chance because there's a reality where Timber isn't playing to this standard and Ben White's still got this inconsistencies with his fitness. And Arteta goes, right now, you're a better option than Timber. Timber bench settings. There was a point where Ben White was playing so well, Timber had to go left back. You should be frustrated. But talk of leaving and all this jazz, that, man. Man City are among the clubs keeping tabs on White, according to the reporter, who has added why the citizens are keen on him. I would like to see Ben White get some football. Same with Miles Lewis Skelly, because I think you lot play a decent amount of games. You go in England, and too many pennies would probably need to drop. But if Wanyeri was to get an opportunity on a consistent basis, I'd love for him to get. I'd love for all of them to go on the plane, innit? As a result, Bailey told Arsenal Insider, Ben White, from what I'm told, he's on board. However, there's a source of frustration there. He isn't going to spend the rest of his career sat on the bench. Let's not beat around the bush. He's not one who really wants to go abroad, or not to Saudi at least. There's a lot of interest in him on the continent from Atletico Madrid and Juventus, big clubs. The other one that I've heard who are keeping eyes on his situation because they think he could be a very good fit for them as a right back is Manchester City. He'd probably suit their system, so it makes sense. Arsenal are not going to mess around with this squad, as we previously saw with the likes of Kivior. Arsenal are always going to on the side of caution. I'm not saying he's banging on Arteta's door right now, but he's aware of the situation. So then he's just making an article over nothing then, really. He's not banging to get released, but there are clubs assessing it. We know at Atletico Madrid, Mourinho might be leaving. They've got Llorente, so they do need a right back. I think it's one for the summer, okay? So we didn't actually learn anything there, so that's great. Absolutely great stuff, people. Opta Supercomputer believes Arsenal firm favourites in the title race. Define favourites. Don't know what favourites means. Not going to get drawn on that. Not going to, not going to do all that. Wait, what happened here? Kai Havertz. Wait, what's this? Arsenal star Kai Havertz' heartbroken wife's horse dies as she pays tribute to soulmate. RP the horse. Or the donkey, whatever. Yeah, RP, man. Mad thing. Did you not see this with Katie Reed? She suffered an ACL. None of us can catch a break, can we? ACL, you know what? Yeah. What's this? Next fixtures compared to City. Who have City got? Show me the fixtures. City's next 5 games. Well, all 5 games. Spurs at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Villa away, Wolves at home. City's Newcastle away, Leeds at home. They're getting 4 to 6 points there. Fulham away. Newcastle away, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Sunderland at home, Crystal Palace away. I mean, if you were praying on City to drop points, it would be Newcastle, but I think they're going to beat Newcastle. Leeds, you don't know what Leeds is going to turn up, but I think there's 6 points there. I think they're going to beat Fulham, if I'm honest. I think there's 9. I think they'll beat Sunderland. I don't think the Sunderland that rocks up there will be the one with us. I think that's 12. I think they lose to Palace away. Liverpool, where Liverpool's the next thing. They got Forest at home, West Ham away, Sunderland at home, Leeds United away, and Brighton. With their form, anything can happen. Tough fixtures, but everyone's got tough fixtures, man. This is the Premier League. You go back to the early 2000s, yeah, Sunderland might pull off a shock result every now and again, but every day of the week, Arsenal winning. Respectfully, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Sunderland on current form. These kind of games, early 2000s, mid 2000s, they're write-offs, innit? Like, you win them. Now, anyone can beat anyone. Man said, them man must be going out of business. How you writing a report about footballers' girlfriends, dead horse? The game is slow news day, I guess, man. RIP the horse, though. Win first, 100%. Holy ish. We're on 26 points, lads. Bare injuries, attack hasn't clicked, 26 points. Timber is so good right now, just consistently game in, game out. But we do need to rest Timber and give White some minutes. True. But even that, the whole resting, you're right. But rotation for rotation, not saying you're saying this, but rotation for rotation's sake and whatnot. The best team's going out there against Spurs. Hopefully we win the game, blitz it, bring on some subs. Chelsea away, you're going with Timber. Brentford at home, you're going with Timber. Aston Villa away, you're going with Timber. Wolves at home, you could get away with White. Who knows, man? Everyone just stay ready. Just stay ready. Go watch those pre-season preview shows. Bare people were predicting we would be where Liverpool are. Yeah, true. Some people said Arteta wouldn't make it to November, if I'm honest with you. 8 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Can't say for sure we'll win the Prem, but with the injured players returning, we stand a solid chance. City is by far our close competition. BG, thank you. This is how I would put it. I don't think I'll slightly change. I still don't think Liverpool are out of it. Give me 2 more Liverpool losses. 2-horse race. But yeah, it seems to me that women have a higher risk of ACL than men. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I've got no evidence on that. And granted, in the men's game, bodies are dropping like flies every week. But I think that as well, Yeah, people are saying you get sacked, and they're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, listen, if you felt that, you're allowed that. But that was being said. And let's be honest, there are people that would rather they'd rather hope Arsenal fuck up to prove they're right, rather than I was wrong. Arteta and everybody's won stuff. We're laughing, because the collective comes first, but everyone's allowed their opinions. Big up the vertical display and the horizontal display chats. I'm stuck on vertical. Sadly, hit the like button. Appreciate you, Rob. I never knew you was a rock star as well. Followed you on Instagram. I never knew you was a rock star, man. We got rock stars and musicians here, people, man. Nah, Liverpool are out of it, DG. You're on the hopium and copium thing. How? I don't give a monkeys if Liverpool. Obviously, I would care if Liverpool got on a run because it affects us. I don't care. I don't support Liverpool. No, I do not give a monkeys. I don't give a monkeys. I want what people would say with Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal spent all this money and they've done this and United bet this and Van Dijk and Salah new deal. But I don't give a monkeys about Liverpool. Long may that continue. I hope City rub out as well. I want to, if I'm honest with you, I want the run that we like. I kind of want. I want to do what Liverpool did last year. Like, everyone's rubbing out. We're just whistle. Nyung, nyung. I'm on that. I don't get you think I'm one of these fans. And as I said earlier, I think it is going to be a fight till like the last couple of weeks. I don't want no fighting and the tables is fluctuating and bare things going on. Yeah, bro. I just said with their form, you never know. Me. Big up a real Don Dada. What a name. Big up yourself, my boy. But with that being said, though, man, it's international break. Don't listen to my voice. We've been here for an hour. It's amazing being here with you lot. If you haven't looked at the stream I did with Clive Palmer, I think, when did we go live? Time goes quickly. 5 o'clock today. So go and pre that, man. But yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a long international break because we're probably going to talk about the same kind of things. Tomorrow, got some collabs for you still. 9 a.m. Make sure you're here. 1 p.m. provided no one flops. 9 a.m. Make sure you're here. 1 p.m. Make sure you're here. You know the grind don't stop, man. And you know, if you don't want, with it being like a reflectionary kind of point of the season, we might as well like do some content around the season so far, that 11 games in kind of player ratings. Always trying to keep you lot entertained, man. But on that note, people, bless you up, bless up all of you lot. Appreciate you lot. And yeah, man, why not see my goal again?
I guess this right back, Charlie. That's right.
Like